Yo guys, what is up? It's Chad here, and I'm here with another video on a software that I think is really good for microphones, for streaming, just setting up your audio for everything. Now we're going to be talking about SteelSeries Sonar. A lot of people have already done tutorials and lots of things on this, so you can probably find some better videos on this product. But I'm going to give you my best experience and my personal insight of using this. Now, what you want to do is come to this page and you want to download it. So once you download it, you want to install it. You should get something that looks like this. So when you start up, this is going to be your program. You'll probably have to sign in or it makes you do something. But this is what the program will look like. First thing you want to do is you want to go to your settings when you get into this, and you want to activate Sonar. So you want Sonar on, but you also want to run this when your PC starts. Now what this does is it'll make it where this program always runs and starts up when your PC starts up, which means once this is running, your audio will be working immediately. So you want this to be running when your PC starts up, or else you won't have any audio on your apps and stuff. So that's the first thing you would want to do when you get this app. Now, onto the actual application here, SteelSeries.gg, or SteelSeries.gg, whatever this app is called. Yeah, SteelSeries.gg, that's what it's called. So once you download it, it's going to look like this. And basically what we're looking for is Sonar here, but I'll show you what we have in these tabs. I don't use any of these. I don't exactly know what the Moments tab does, but you can clip things apparently. So you can do a few things. Yeah, I'm not really sure what the extra stuff is here. I think this is for if you have SteelSeries gear. So if you're already using like a SteelSeries headset and stuff, you probably already have this program. So we're looking in Sonar. Sonar is a really cool free mode that is just amazing. So once you start it up, it's probably going to ask you right here. It's probably going to bring up something that's going to ask for your audio devices. Essentially what you're doing here is if this is for personal use, so let's say you're just browsing your PC, you're not using it for streaming mode, this is what it's going to look like. There's a stream mode button here. I do use that, but currently I want to show you how to use this version, and then we'll move on to that after we're done explaining this. So to explain this is your master volume. This will change everything in this area for these. The microphone is its own standalone thing because it's a microphone, not an audio device. So the master volume, you can control everything by one slider. Now, you can set applications to each thing that you want here. So for instance, chat could be like your friend's Discord. So let's say you're in Discord with somebody and you set that to the chat one. Now I'll show you what these look like. So if you go down here, I'll do this. If you go down, right click on your sound settings and you want to go to sound settings, the first thing that's going to happen is it's going to set these as default. Now I'm currently also using Voicemeeter, and that was in my last tutorial. I'm currently using Voicemeeter to record this video and function through my audio. So mine's going to look a little different than what yours would look like, but it's the same concept. So what we have here is you're going to want gaming. This is your main audio device here. So basically how I did that is I went to sound settings, the mixer here. I went to more sound settings. More sound settings brings up the easier to read panel here. So in playback, what you're going to want is you want SteelSeries set as your default. Now, Sonar is kind of smart here. They'll actually ask you to set Sonar devices as the default audio devices. So if we do that, it automatically selects it for you. So basically what you're doing here is gaming is set as your default device. Chat is set as your normal communications device. So it's a little different here. I'm not sure why that is or why it does that, but I know this is what you're going to want when you launch the app. And you're going to realize too, you have these four audio devices right here for Sonar. There's actually another Sonar device called microphone, which we don't exactly use for your playback. You don't use that for playback. There's also a stream one. Stream one only activates when you activate this button here. We're going to show you that in a minute. Now let's get recording devices. So down in recording devices, you're going to have your Sonar microphone, and you just want to make sure that that is your default. Now, this is for if you're not streaming, if you want to edit your audio, you're just playing games, watching videos, and you're just using it to, not stream, not record. So this is what you would do for personal use and just what you want to do, basically. So this is the simplistic version of it. So now that we got that out of the way and we showed you what your default devices should be, Sonar will ask you to set them already, so you shouldn't even have to really check that, but it's a good practice to check those. So, Game Chat is your default device here. Now, in these, it's going to ask you to select your playback. This will be your headset. So for me, I would select my headphones, my Astro A20 Game. That's what I would be selecting because that's my headphones. But since I'm using Voicemeeter and I don't want to ruin the recording, I have to select Voicemeeter Input. Basically, what Voicemeter Input does for me is it'll send all the audio and audio testing through this one, which will send it to my headphones. Because if this device is using my headphones, they both are, it's going to interfere with each other. Same thing with my microphone. So basically what I did here is I set all these to Voicemeter Input. For you, if you're not using Voicemeter and you thought it was a little too confusing or you didn't pay for it and you didn't want to use the trial, you can just download this, set up your headphones in all of these. So your headphones will be set for all of these. You want to select the same thing for all 4 of these. Now, the mic's a little different because you're selecting your microphone device. Now, if I wasn't using Voicemeter, I would be using my microphone Yeti Classic because that is currently what I'm speaking through and that's what I use for my recordings. Now, since I'm using Voicemeter, I'm using Voicemeter Output. I usually use Voicemeter. This is just a tutorial for you guys and to help you understand how to use this. So that's what you would want your default microphone set to. So you want to find your microphone. It would be your headset or, a stand mic, whatever it is. And these are your headphones. Now, to set programs to these, you can sometimes see them apps to be routed. You can kind of see them in here, but I'm going to tell you a little secret. This kind of sucks right here. I'm not going to lie. This is kind of hard. Sometimes your programs won't show up. Like, for some reason, I got like 500 of the Voicemeter potatoes. You can see just Voicemeter potato for no reason, right? The easiest way to route these is to go into your sound settings. So you go down to your sound settings or type it into your search bar. And you go to Volume Mixer. And I believe you can just type in Volume Mixer. Sound Mixer options. Yeah, so Sound Mixer options, but you're on a Volume Mixer. That's where you want to be in your scenes here. This is where you find all your programs. So, for instance, we're using Opera GX. This is set up for Voicemeter for me in this one, and this is how I edit the volume for myself. But we're using Sonar, so I don't really want to be showing a whole lot of Voicemeter in this, right? So in Sonar, we're going to be selecting this to Media. This is what you would be selecting Media for. Now, what this does is it'll put Opera GX in your Media bar. So you won't be able to see it right here until you're probably playing a video. So let's go to, I don't know, here, I'll go to YouTube, and I'll start playing a video. Now, it's probably not going to play for you guys. You won't be able to hear it. But I'm going to start a video and play it. We just saw it pop up. See how that happened? It's a Rocket League video by Fear. You guys can go check him out. I'm not going to link anything. I didn't really want to show much. That was just a test. So, that was a video. And how we did that is we went to our volume mixer here and we set it to media. Now, since your game is set as your default device, anything that comes through, like video games or something that you launch that you haven't set the audio device directly to something, will go through the game volume. And this is how you edit that. Now, if I were watching a video, instead of editing the audio right here, you would edit the audio. So let's play this. You would edit the audio this way with a scaler. So this could be a different volume than your game volume. So your game volume could be all the way up, or like 80%, and your videos could be a little quieter by this scale. Now this is mostly for like recording. This is for recording. If you wanted to change it. But basically, instead of going through this scroller on YouTube, if you're doing multitasking, you can actually bind these to like keybinds and stuff. But you would use these scrolls. Now, aux input. Aux is kind of your personal, whatever you want to set it to. I haven't really figured out what I want to set my aux to. Because I mostly just use media, chat, and game. Now, I'll show you a Discord cheat here. Not a Discord cheat, but like for Discord for me. Let's bring it over here. We'll go to our settings. In my video and audio, it's already set up for Sonar. And basically in Sonar stuff here, we want to set our output device for Discord to chat. You're looking for SteelSeries Sonar chat. Now, what this does is when your friends are talking in a Discord, let's say we join a voice, or in a voice channel, our friend joins and he's talking, right? When he talks, it's going to come through the chat here. Now, instead of editing individual voices, you can lower this here. But what's really cool with this is, yes, you can edit the volume here, right? So you set it to your standards. You can also go into OBS, and let's add the audio device here. And let's say Discord, right? We'll name it Discord chat or something, right? So we'll name this Discord. We'll select, for instance, well, this will be kind of hard to show you the test. So we're going to set it with media. So we'll do it with media since we already have media set up. So instead of the Discord, it should just be renamed to media. So let's pretend that this says media and we're using the media device. When we play a video, you're going to see it here and also in here. So when you go into here, this is how you change the volume for your stream, right? Now, there's a simpler way to do this, and if you are recording and you're wanting to stream, that is where this streamer button comes into. So now that we've showed you how to bind each program to this, which we showed you in Volume Mixer, so you'd go here, select your programs, you would want to go to Output Device, all your output devices, and you want to find SteelSeries Sonar and put it to whatever you would want. So media, and it's really simple because each Sonar audio device says what it is. So you'll see game, chat, media, and aux. You will see those. SteelSeries says that right on them. So if we pull up this again, you'll be able to see SteelSeries Sonar, and then it'll say whatever audio device it is. So whatever program you want to set to that, you can set them to, and they'll play in here. Now, this is the really, really cool part I thought was awesome. Basically, if you click this streamer mode button, it just made it a little bit more complicated. It's going to ask you for all your personal mixes. So, what we do here, the first thing you want to do when you put on streamer mode, and I highly suggest this mode if you are playing or if you're recording and streaming. This is the best mode to use to utilize this program. So your personal mix at the top here, this is your headset. So for me, so I don't want to mess anything up, I would select voice meter input. And then the next one, so let's bring this back up. The next one you would select SteelSeries Sonar Stream. So this is the stream device. This is your microphone. This would be going to your stream. And then you would select your mic input. My mic input would technically be voice meter output currently, but this is whatever your microphone would be. So once you have that set up, you should see something like this. Now, this master volume does the same thing. Now we can see that there's two different sliders for each thing that we're doing, right? So essentially what this is one is for stream and one is for your headphones. So the headphone one is what you hear. This other slider is what stream hears. So let's say we added something to media. So we go into our sound settings here. So sound settings. We go to volume mixer. And we make sure that this is on media. So Opera GX is on media. And we will be able to see that in a second here. Do we have Opera GX still up? Yes, we do. So we'll bring Opera GX up. Let's go to my own channel real quick so we don't get any copyright, anything. You know, I forgot how to do it. Wow. I don't know how to use YouTube. Holy cow. So let's go to, let's say, this video. So now we're playing my own video, right? You can max out the volume to this, right? So I just maxed out the volume. Now, for me, I can turn down the volume. I can't hear it now. You can also click on these to mute them, the green dots, or you can click on this down here to mute them. Those both work. You can turn these on and off. So if you didn't want to have the stream one on, you could just turn it off. So this is playing to two different devices. You can see me moving the scaler down, and nothing's happening to this one. So now, what we want to do in OBS. So let's say you're trying to stream or record. This is how you would set up OBS. So we're going to create a new folder. We're going to name it audio. If I can spell. I'm typing it with one hand because I have a wheel on my desk. So we make a folder. Audio input. And we're going to name this one microphone. So now, for our microphone, I don't think we would be doing SteelSeries Sonar microphone. We would do SteelSeries Sonar stream. Because we are currently using Sonar streaming, right? So instead of selecting the microphone one, you would select stream. Now, basically, the stream one is this slider right here. You change this for the slider. So when you select stream, I believe, if I am correct, you'll be able to see me talking. Actually, I was wrong. So don't follow that. That is all your audio in total. It just goes to stream. You don't want to select that. That's if you're playing it to somebody else, like all your audio. So you would select your microphone, and you edit it in here, the volume that you want, and you keep it whatever you had in here, whatever you want. You can hear yourself. There is a little bit of a delay, so it'll kind of mess you up for a second. But now that we have our microphone in OBS, we want to test the media device. So we're going to put our microphone down here. You can see me talking in OBS. We're going to add a audio output capture. Now, I like to do this all in files. You can do it in this audio format right here, where you have your desktop audio. You would select your stuff. I don't personally use this. I don't think there's enough audio devices here for that. So I always just create the audio device down here. It's way more simplistic for me. I can name them what I want, and it just works easier that way. So I'm going to name this one media. The reason why we name this media is because we're going to be using the media device. So basically what we do here is we find, I think it's our media. Or actually, there's a way more simplistic way to do this. And I haven't actually tested that part. But I know the media, we can play a video. It's playing just fine in there. We change the volume here completely. We can mute it for us. But it's still playing in OBS. So we have media in there. Now let's say we wanted to add the game volume. So we do game. Or you can name this main audio. Because your game device is actually your main audio. So you want to find SteelSeries Sonar Gaming. So any normal program will be playing to this. And if you go to SteelSeries, I honestly don't know where it just went. If you go to SteelSeries, you can change this slider. This is for your headphones. This is for you. You change this to what you want. And if you look in OBS, you don't want your videos or your microphone to be peaking in the red. I suggest keeping it in the middle of yellow. So if you keep them around yellow when you're talking or you see the audio device playing, you want to keep it roughly in the green / middle of yellow. You never want to pass the negative 15 decibels. That'll hurt people's ears, and I personally think that it sounds a little bit better when it's not peaking because you'll get pops and random noises. Now, my microphone does occasionally do that normally, and I think it's my cable. I've tried, buffer size and stuff like that, and it hasn't helped. So I'm thinking my cable for my microphone's a little broken, but it should be fine for now. Now, we have the game volume. So this is how we would add individual audio devices. So we would have our microphone, and then we would add, let's say friends, for instance. So friends, my friend's device would be, I'm looking for it. It would be our chat. So we're looking for SteelSeries Sonar chat audio device. So if my friends were talking in Discord, you can edit that one. So let's say my friends were talking in Discord. That goes to SteelSeries chat. So here I can edit it myself. So we can have these all at different volumes. Like I can unmute this. You can have them all at different volumes. Every single one of these. And if you edit the master, you can change all the volumes at once. But the main thing that you're doing here and why you're using this is to change these to how you like them. So you set these to whatever you prefer, whatever doesn't hurt your ears, whatever, right? And then this slider, you can control stream volume. Me personally, I don't actually use this slider. I go in OBS and I set these deliberately to what I want them to. So I set these to whatever I want. And if you have a stream deck, you can actually bind a keybind to change the level of volume for these. So these are the main ones you would have. If you have anything set to the aux device, you can name this the aux device. So we add an audio device and we set it to aux. So anything that's playing to aux will play in here, and you can change these the way you want for your videos or for your stream that way. Now, there's a little bit of an easier way to do this. So let's say we mute all these. You can actually, this is how you edit one audio device. Let's say you are streaming, you didn't want to do it all in OBS. You didn't want to do anything in OBS. This is where you would add your audio device. I believe we'll name it stream. We can find this SteelSeries Sonar stream audio device. We find that. So now when we speak, we'll see it pop up in stream here, right? So it's popping up in stream. If I play a video, I'm going to be quiet for a second. I'll play the video. You'll see the audio device moving. So essentially what this is doing is it's taking everything that is playing to the stream device. So every single one of these is playing to stream. Now, if you didn't want to edit them inside of OBS, you could use this program to edit these and set these to what you prefer and what you want to. So you set these to whatever you want for the stream device. And this actually clears up OBS a lot. So if you only wanted to add the one device, you could do that. And you could put it in OBS, keep it all the way up, or change the volume of it a little bit in there. But the main place where you'd be changing your stream volume would be in Sonar. So you could do everything from Sonar if you wanted to, but I like to do them separated. So that's why I showed you this way where you add each individual audio device, because you can edit it for yourself and also edit these in OBS like this. But if you wanted it to send one audio chain, one audio device, which I highly don't recommend for streaming, I really don't recommend the stream audio device as like your stream, because let's say you want to play music, right? You want to play music for Twitch, but you don't want your music in the Twitch VOD. That's why I have this set to 2, right? So let's say we were streaming to Twitch. Our main audio device while we're live is audio track 1. So anything that's playing to audio track 1 will get recorded and be there. Anything that's on audio track 2 will be uploaded with the VOD, right? So it'll be recorded for the VOD only. So that way you don't get any copyright strikes, whatever, if you're playing music. Or just anything. You didn't want a certain audio recorded in your video. You can't do that with this, because all these are set. This would be set to 1, right? 1 and 2. So everything that's happening inside of the stream one will upload with your VOD. So I highly don't recommend this for like Twitch. So let's say we weren't using the stream device. So we can delete this. That's why I like using these individual devices, because when you go into OBS and you go to your advanced audio properties, you can set these to your preferred audio track. So let's say you can leave these all checkmarked. I usually, for good practice, take them all off. Yeah, it takes a little more time, but it's an extra countermeasure for, make sure your audio is all right. You want to set it to what you want and you prefer. So we would have our microphone on 1 and 2. So you'd want these on both because you're recording and you want this to upload with your VOD as well. Same thing with probably your game audio. Your game audio, which would be you're playing a game, and any main audio that comes through would upload with your VOD. But you didn't want a YouTube video. So let's say you're watching a YouTube video on stream. You don't want that audio to be in the VOD. So you uncheck 2, because that's what the VOD is selected for. Let's say you didn't want friends in 2. So you didn't do friends in there. And I just realized what you could do aux for. I just said it a second ago. Now media, I set to Opera GX. Aux you can set to Spotify. So if you wanted to play Spotify or your music app, you would put it in your aux one. So we could do that for practice real quick. We showed you earlier what we could do with Spotify. We're actually going to start up Spotify. We don't have it running currently. But let's say we have Spotify running. We're playing a song. So I'm playing a song. Instead of setting this to voice meter, we're going to practice and do it for aux. So SteelSeries Sonar aux. Now, when I play this music, it's going to play to the aux device, which our aux device in SteelSeries is right here. When we play music, you can change the volume for yourself and leave it for stream. So that's why it's good practice to set these as their own devices. So we're talking right here, my media, game, friends, aux. You can set anything to these four different audio devices. So you can have music on aux, which I didn't realize and I wasn't thinking. That was the main reason why I wanted to make that, so you could do music, right? So you would set your music to aux. You would set your YouTube and videos to media. So anything that goes through media, you would set to that. And then your game volume is your default device. So it'll be your video game or anything else that's happening on your PC will automatically set to game. And then friends, you would go into Discord and you would set your Discord to your friends one. So basically, I named it friends. It would be chat. What it would be called is chat. And that's essentially how you edit your audio through SteelSeries. And I honestly prefer this over Voicemeeter if I wasn't already taught and learned and paid for Voicemeeter. I would be using this right now because it's free. But since I have Voicemeeter, it's a little more professional grade for whatever you're trying to do. You can do a little bit more with it. That's why I use it still. But this is very simplistic and super easy for any starter streamer, any starter YouTuber that is trying to get out there and trying to fix their audio and trying to figure it out. I honestly think it's a great thing. So yeah, and they also have these cool little tabs here. I didn't show you this at all. But with these, you can actually turn on equalizers and edit your audio. The only thing that you would really want to do this for is your microphone. So let's say you're recording, you want to test this. You want to test this. So basically what you would do is you would turn this on so you can hear yourself. You would turn it on so you can hear yourself, and you would just say some random words and say like testing, and you would set up your equalizer. You could set up your configuration, clearance AI noise cancellation. So basically it cuts out any white noise or any background noise. Noise gate also does the same thing. Noise gate basically is, it depends on how loud something is. So the louder it is, the more it'll try to pick up. The quieter it is, it'll try not to pick up. So you can mess with that. Compressor you can mess with a little bit. But basically this is how you edit your microphone to make it sound better. And basically how you do this is you say random words and you test it by hearing yourself and sounding, like making sure that it sounds right. So you want to test that yourself. Anyway, I wanted to make this tutorial for any YouTuber or streamer that's trying to get into the era. They're trying to get into their audio and they're trying to figure it out, separate their audio. And this program is honestly the best way of doing that. Like, I honestly recommend this a lot. Like, this is I think the best program that is free for this right now. And you don't even, and the coolest part is you don't even need a SteelSeries headset, microphone, or anything. Anybody can use this with any audio device. I also wanted to give a shout out to a guy that I met not too long ago. He watched a couple of my videos. He was asking for a little help, and I decided to make these tutorials to kind of help him a little bit more and help his channel grow. And that is Gaming Bruh. I think his real name is Billy. But he does a lot of videos like ATS stuff. He started doing that as well, and I'm just trying to help him get his audio fixed and help him out a little bit. So if you guys can go check him out, I'll put his link in the description so you guys can go check out his channel, check out his videos. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching. If you learned something, comment below. If I missed anything that you want me to cover, make sure to give me that feedback and let me know if you need help with anything. I can kind of try to make another video or try to make or send a comment saying like, hey, this is how you do this. There is one thing that I forgot to show you here is your chat mix. I usually leave this in the center because you can just edit these and that's how you change them. But let's say you wanted to hear your game over your friends. This is just like an Xbox at this point. Xbox has the same scroll. So basically you can set up to hear your game louder than your friends. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you dropping a like, subscribing, and yeah. Now, this will be mostly unedited. I'm not really going to do much with it. I'm just going to be uploading the video. But I hope this helped anybody that is trying to figure out their audio, figure out this program. It's very simple. And yeah. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'm out.